Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dave McKeever. I'm the president of the Prince Rupert and District Chamber of Commerce, and I welcome you this evening to the 2018 All Candidates Forum for our civic election. Congratulations to you all for coming out, and everybody on TV, welcome. Before we get started, I just want to acknowledge that we are on the Tsimshian territory of the 9 allied tribes of Metlakatla and Lakwalams. Before we get started, as I mentioned, if for any new folks that have come in, if you take out your smartphone and silence it, please, and go into your Wi-Fi and find the Leicester Center. You can sign on to the Leicester Center using the password VOTE. All lowercase, the word vote. And open a browser, go to candidatequestions.ca, and you will see all of these questions on that browser. You can also submit a question of your choice. And what will happen a little later in the forum is that the top 2 questions that get voted to the top will be selected later on in the round. I want to, before we get any further, I want to recognize our sponsors and the help that we have. The sponsors for tonight's forum is Prince Rupert Grain and the BC Northern Real Estate Board. I also want to thank CFNR 98.1, Canada's First Nations Radio, for advertising, and also Easy Rock 99.1 for helping out with advertising. And if you glance behind you there in the back corner there, you'll see City West is also broadcasting this live. Thank you, City West. Last but not least, the Chamber this year decided to partner with Prince Rupert Toastmasters to run this forum. And Prince Rupert Toastmaster did an absolutely tremendous job setting up this forum and designing the structure that you'll see unfold this evening. And Michael Gurney, the president of the local chapter, played a big role in that and is our timer and question reviewer this evening. And Lorraine Zuzarti, also a timer. On this side, we have the moderators for the forum, David Armstrong, wave David, Leslie Bruce, and Michael Sluka. I'll explain in a moment a bit about the timing and how crucial it is. Before I do, I just want to introduce our candidates this evening. And they are, well, I don't need my sheet, of course, because their names are right in front of me. Mr. Govinder Randhawa. Next is Charmaine Carlson. Sarah Dancer. Barry Cunningham. Wade Nish. Nick Adey. Reed Skelton Morvan. And Blair Moreau. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So an explanation quickly of the format here, because I think I have only 5 minutes here. One thing about Toastmasters is everything is very strictly timed so that we will end on time and we'll get on with this. So the format is that each candidate will have opening statement of 2 minutes. Now what happens here with the lights, and as I explain them, Michael will turn these on for the candidates. In the 2-minute one, the lights will turn green at 1 minute. And folks, you can't see this, but there's a strip of lights here. At 1 minute 30 seconds, they turn yellow. And at 2 minutes, they will turn red. If a candidate goes over their time by 15 seconds, they will hear this, Lorraine. Oh, you got to hold the string. Oh, that's harsh. Oh, my goodness. So that's the 2-minute opening statements. Then we have essentially 4 different sections of question and answers. The first one is called Economy and Infrastructure, and there is selected questions for that for each candidate, and there are 90-second responses, so the timing again will be similar for that. The second one is Quality of Life. Again, 90-second responses for those. What happens for a rebuttal is that each candidate has an interjection card that looks like this. And what they can do when one of the speakers is speaking, they can hold this interjection card up. The moderators will record who that is, and they will have a chance to rebut that response after the person has finished speaking. Okay? The third round and the fourth round consist of the questions that are being voted on by the public. So the two questions that rise to the very top, the third round will be the top question. The fourth round will be the second from the top question. If we have enough time before 9 o'clock, there perhaps could be a third question. At the end of all this, each candidate will then have 60 seconds or 1 minute to make a closing statement. I think that's it. I don't believe I've missed anything. I want to thank you again all for coming, and I will speak with you again at the end. But enjoy, and it's great to see everybody doing their civic duty this evening. Thank you.
Good evening. My first question is for Mr. Randhawa. And as the sole shareholder of City West, and with its recent launch of Watson Island Intermodal Trade and Logistic Park, our local government managed a significant commercial and industrial
Pardon me, Mr. Fellow Toastmaster. If I could interject using my invisible interjection card, we'll begin tonight with 2-minute opening statements, and I would call on our moderators to identify the speakers in the order that they'll be introducing themselves.
Thank you, Michael. I will read the question to Gurvinder later.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gurvinder Randhawa. 25 years ago, I moved to Prince Rupert. This is where my wife Sarbjeet and I raised our 3 children. This is where I became part of the business world through my work with Skinner Taxi and the Skinner Driving School. This is where I learned about the value of giving my time and leadership to the community that welcomed me. Their leadership takes many forms. I have served on the boards of Tourism Prince Rupert and Coast Mountain College. I have also coached minor soccer. I will let you decide which one requires more energy and patience. 4 years ago, I decided that I wanted to see values that are important to me on our city council. I am proud to have worked hard on your behalf over the last 4 years, and I'm ready to keep working. I want to continue supporting policies that attract new economic opportunities and address skill shortages. Local workers should be prepared to take advantage of new industries. I want to continue contributing to mutually beneficial relationship with First Nations and our neighboring communities. I want to continue developing of our comprehensive plan to replace our aging city infrastructure. And crucially, I want to continue to make Prince Rupert more affordable by limiting property tax increases while developing other sources of tax revenue. These priorities are important to our quality of life. They are making sure we have access to public services that leave no one behind. I'm happy that 4 city councillors are running for re-election in this race. As a team, we have been productive and positive. I'm also glad to see new candidates stepping up to share their ideas and vision. My name is Gurbinder Randhawa, and I thank you for your support for my re-election as City Councillor.
Charmaine Carlson, and I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight. I have 21 years business experience, 17 as owner of Dolly's Fish Market. I have worked with many businesses, fishermen, charter operators, First Nations, and ethnic groups, and I've always supported them all. In the 17 years, I've experienced the downturn, as many have, and now the upswing. It really has its challenges. I've sit on the business committee with the city and another committee with Eco Trust for the economic development of our city. I'd like to thank our mayor and past councillors for all the great progress they've done with updating our quality of life community plan and Hayes Point 2.0. It's been a lot of hard work and a lot of progress has been made, but lots more has to be done. And I'd like to also thank the committees, societies, and volunteers that had their piece of that also. We have a lot of intelligent people in this community. I'm learning that all too well by sitting on all the committees. I believe by collaborating all these committees, societies with City Hall, that we can make and redesign Prince Rupert with the support of our industry groups, with the new big companies coming into this town. I work on a sort of Ferris wheel approach. If you give, it will come back. And if you keep it turning, it will make something great. And I believe Rupert can be great again. Thank you for all coming.
Good evening, friends and neighbors. My name is Sarah Dancer, and I am excited for the opportunity to represent you as City Councillor. For the past 3 years, my family and I have lived in Prince Rupert, and I knew instantly that we belonged. Between the natural beauty and exceptional community on the traditional Tsimshian territory, it has been my desire to contribute in meaningful ways. I have been part of many remarkable opportunities through my board positions with Transition Prince Rupert Toastmasters, Prince Rupert Special Events Society, and the Port Authority Community Information Forum. All my life, I have felt a call to action, which has guided me here as I seek to deepen my community capacity by representing you as City Councillor. For the past 3 years, I have collaborated with the City of Prince Rupert, the North Coast Regional District, to produce the Rupert Rubbish Roundup. In the spring of 2018, with the help of almost 100 volunteers, we collected 2,000 kilograms of trash. From this citywide initiative grew the Overlook Community Garden, which was built this past summer, again with the help of many volunteers. Nearly every day, a new idea or group reaches me, and I welcome these individuals, ideas, and groups forward, as I believe that it takes a village to thrive, and these ideas fuel our future. It is my hope that the citizens of Prince Rupert will support me and give me the strength of a city councillor. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Barry Cunningham, if you don't know me. I've been a city councilor for 4 years. It's been a very gratifying and fulfilling 4 years. I moved to